Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got these two equilateral triangles, white one and the green one, fully inscribed in a circle with the center O, as you can see in this diagram, such that the area of the circle is given as pi square units. And if I draw this vertical line that passes through this center O, then we can see the left hand side is same as the right hand side of this diagram. And now our task is to calculate the area of this green shaded triangle ABC. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. We know the area of this circle has been given to us as pi. And now we are going to find the value of the radius of this circle. And now let's recall the area of a circle formula, area equal to pi r square, where r is the radius of the circle. So therefore I can equate this pi r square with this circle area pi. So therefore I can write pi r square equals to pi. And now let's go ahead and divide both sides by pi. So therefore we are going to get r square equals to 1. Let me go ahead and undo this square by taking a square root on both sides. So therefore our radius r turns out to be positive 1. So therefore the radius of this circle turns out to be 1 unit. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this green triangle ABC. We know this is an equilateral triangle. So therefore all of its side lengths are equal in length. And likewise, let's focus on this other equilateral triangle DEF. And this is equilateral triangle. So therefore all its side lengths are equal as well. And now let's recall this crucial fact. The angles of an equilateral triangles are 60 degrees each. So therefore all these angles are going to be 60 degrees each. And here's our next step. I have dropped this perpendicular FP, as you can see over here, and as a result this angle is 90 degrees and this angle is 90 degrees as well. And in this next step I am going to connect this center O with this point E, as you can see in this next diagram. And now let's make an observation. We can see that this OE is the radius of this circle, and we know our radius is 1. So this OE length is going to be 1. And furthermore, this OE is the angle bisector of this whole angle. So that means now this angle is going to be 30 degrees and this angle is going to be 30 degrees as well. And now let's focus on this right triangle ECO. And now we can see that this angle is 30 degrees, this angle is 90 degrees, and we know the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So therefore this angle has got to be 60 degrees. So therefore we can see that this is our 30, 60, 90 special triangle. And now let's make an observation. We can see that 30 degrees is our smallest angle. So the side opposite to this 30 degrees is going to be our smallest leg. And we can see 90 degrees is our largest angle. So the side opposite to that angle is going to be our longest leg. So therefore in such kind of 30, 60, 90 special triangle, the longest leg is twice the smallest leg. If the smallest leg is 1, then the longest leg is going to be 2, and this third leg is going to be square root of 3. And since our longest leg is 1, so therefore our this smallest leg is going to be 1 divided by 2, half of that one. So therefore we conclude that our this OC length, this turns out to be 1 divided by 2. And here's our next step. Let's focus on this small right triangle APC. And now we can see that this line FP is angle bisector. So therefore if this whole angle is 60 degrees, then this angle has got to be 30 degrees, and likewise this angle is going to be 30 degrees as well. And now let's assume that this AP length is x units. Likewise this PB length is going to be x as well. So then this whole AB length is going to be 2 times x, and since we are dealing with this equilateral triangle, so this side length is going to be a 2x and this side length is going to be 2x as well. And now we can see that this our APC triangle is a special 30, 60, 90 triangle where this smallest leg is x and the longest leg is 2 times x. So therefore this third leg has got to be x times square root of 3. So therefore we can see our this CP length turns out to be x times square root of 3. And here's our next step. I am going to connect this center row with this point A. As you can see in this next step, I have connected O and point A. And as a result, we are ended up with this triangle APO. And now let's make an observation. This side length of this triangle AO is the radius of this circle, and we know the radius is 1. So therefore our AO value is 1. And furthermore this AP length is x, and this whole OP length is going to be the sum of these two individual lengths, 1 divided by 2 and x times square root of 3. So therefore this OP length is going to be x times square root of 3 plus 1 divided by 2. So therefore this side length OP turns out to be x times square root of 3 plus 1 divided by 2. And let's focus once again on this right triangle APO, and we are going to apply the Pythagorean theorem on this triangle. And here's our Pythagorean theorem: a square plus b square equal to c square, where this AO is our longest leg. So therefore let's go ahead and fill in the blanks in this Pythagorean formula. A in our case is x square plus b in our case is x times square root of 3 plus 1 divided by 2 whole square equal to 1 square. And now let's recall this famous identity: a plus b whole square could be written as a square plus 2ab plus b square. We are going to apply it on this left hand side binomial. So therefore left hand side we got x square first, and let's apply this identity over here. We're gonna get 3x square plus x times square root of 3 plus 1 divided by 4 equals to 1 on the right hand side. And now let's go ahead and subtract 1 from both sides. This is going to cancel out. We're going to get 0 on the right hand side. And now we can see that we got this fraction 4 at the denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 4 across the board to remove this fraction. So therefore this is going to become 16x square plus 4 times square root of 3 times x minus 3 equal to 0. And now we can see that this is our quadratic equation, and we are going to solve it by using the quadratic formula. And here's our quadratic formula that we will be using. And here we can see our coefficient A is 16, B is 4 times square root of 3, and finally this constant C is negative 3. So let's go ahead and fill in the blanks in this quadratic formula. So x is going to be equal to minus, and b is 4 times square root of 3 plus r minus the square root of b in our case is 4 times square root of 3 whole square minus 4 times a is 16 and c is negative 3 all over 2 times a is 16. And if we simplify this thing, we are ended up with negative 4 times square root of 3 plus or minus this whole thing has been simplified to square root of 240. And now let's focus on this square root of 240. And here I have copied it down square root of 240. And if we simplify, this is going to be equal to 4 times square root of 15. So therefore, I'm going to replace this square root of 240 by 4 times square root of 15, as you can see in this next step. And now let me go ahead and separate these positive and negative signs. As you can see in this next step, I have put one with plus sign and the other one with a minus sign. And here we can see that this is going to give us a negative value of x, and that cannot be possible. So therefore, we are going to reject this negative value of x and we are going to accept this positive value of x. And now let's focus on the numerator. We can see 4 is in common. So therefore, we can write this thing as x equal to 4 outside, and I'm going to write down square root of 15 first and then minus square root of 3 all over 32. And here we can see 4 and 32 could be reduced to 8 at the denominator. So thus our x value turns out to be square root of 15 minus square root of 3 all over 8. And now let's make an observation on this green triangle. Its side length is 2 times x. So therefore, as I wrote down over here, and our x value is this one. So therefore, the side length of this green triangle is going to be 2 times square root of 15 minus square root of 3 divided by 8. And if we reduce this thing, 2 and 8 is going to give us 4 at the denominator. So this is going to be square root of 15 minus square root of 3 divided by 4. So therefore, the side length of this green triangle turns out to be square root of 15 minus square root of 3 divided by 4. And here's our final step. Let's go ahead and calculate the area of this green triangle ABC. And now let's recall the area of a triangle formula. Area equals to half times A times B times sine of angle C. As you can see in this diagram, we got A and B our side lengths and C is the angle in between. So therefore, in our case, these are our side lengths and the angle between them is 60 degrees. So therefore, the area of this green triangle is going to be a half times our A value is square root of 15 minus square root of 3 divided by 4, and the B value is same, which is square root of 15 minus square root of 3 divided by 4, and then times sine of angle 60 degrees. And now we know that sine of 60 degrees is square root of 3 divided by 2. So I'm going to replace this one by square root of 3 divided by 2. As you can see in this next step, this square root of 15 minus 3 times same quantity is going to give us square root of 15 minus square root of 3 whole square. And at the denominator, 4 times 4 is 16 times 2 is 32 at the denominator. And finally, I have replace this sine of 60 degrees by square root of 3 divided by 2. And now let's focus on this numerator part square. And here I have copied it down. And now let's recall this identity a minus b whole square could be written as a square minus 2ab plus b square. We are going to apply it on this binomial. And here I have applied that identity and simplified. We ended up with the 18 minus 6 times square root of 5, and here I factored out 6 outside. So therefore, I am going to replace this square root of 15 minus square root of 3 whole square by this. And here in this next step, 2 goes into 6 3 times. As you can see in this next step, and I brought this square root of 3 in the front over here. And now let's go ahead and distribute these ones. So therefore, our area of this green triangle turns out to be 9 times square root of 3 minus 3 times square root of 15 divided by 32. And here's the final answer for the area of that green triangle. And that could also be written as approximately equal to 0.124 square units. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.